On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
Happy Thanksgiving, you little turkeys.
Oh, yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.
Gobble,
gobble. We will not be eating turkey.
No, absolutely not. No, thanks.
No, thank you.
A bird?
No.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
Okay, I went to the Gentle Barn once and volunteered there and, cleaned a barn.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did they try and keep you there?
Yeah. They were like, what kind of animal is this?
Hey, we haven't seen one of these before.
But it must be exotic.
Where's this from? Pardon?
Oh, my God. No, but there were turkeys walking around.
They're cute.
So cute. And they were like, do you want to hug it? And I'm like, what? They're like, do you want to hug it? I'm like, yeah, I want to hug it. They let me lean down. I put my hands underneath the wings, and it puts its head, its neck on your neck.
Like Hot Dog does?
And you feel its heartbeat. And after that, I was like,
never again.
Never again.
Oh, my God.
It was the most beautiful experience.
Beautiful. Well, let me emphasize while we're here that, yes, it is Thanksgiving. We record a week ahead. And I've seen some people being like, oh, you guys mentioned this, and that happened last week. Or no, we're coming from the
past.
Are we in the past or the future?
I don't know where we are because I don't know anything.
Hey.
Especially locations.
Hey, there's so many times throughout the past, 3-4 years of podcasting, I have been corrected on everything you can possibly. There is not an episode that I do where people aren't like, you didn't know the name of this grocery store in Ohio? You said it wrong, you idiot. I'm like, oh my God. Come to California and name one of our streets.
Oh, please.
They're hard.
How about you name a freeway?
Yeah, name one freeway.
We've got so many numbers to memorize here.
What happens when you take the 405 to the 101? Where are you going? What do you idiots know?
Yeah.
Fuck. Hey, fuck you, buddy.
Hey. Okay, wait.
Huh.
We need them to listen.
Oh, yeah. Listen.
Sorry, guys.
So we are... Hi, guys. Hey, guys, it's Spencer and Madison, and we wanted to say that we are so sorry.
Our Thanksgiving wishes are that you guys have a phenomenal time.
You want to eat the turkey, eat the turkey.
We don't judge. Who gives a fuck? We don't care. Yeah,
do what you want. We're not here to actually tell you what to do.
That kind of goes into our topics today, but we'll get there.
We'll hold your horses. You guys, you're trying to be in the future now. Don't skip ahead.
Oh my God!
We can't get there yet.
Hold your
turkey.
Your Madame Fairs or whatever.
Your what? Madame Fairs?
Yeah.
What's that?
What's the horse thing that King Henry was saying?
Oh, please. He's a loser.
God, I'm glad we got that off our chest.
Got it off our duckies.
Duckies! Quack, quack.
Oh my God. No, I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Do you want to tell them about your new roommate?
Oh, my fucking nightmare situation. Okay, guys. 'Twas the night before recording, and all through the house, a little bitch was stirring, and that bitch was a mouse.
Tell them. I love this story.
Oh, of course, while my sister's visiting in town. I spot this little fucker. I'm an empathetic person. I have been a vegetarian since I was 5 years old. I do not like like I feel like calling yourself an empathetic person doesn't work, but towards animals.
No,
And
you are. Even when I had a mouse in my house maybe like a year ago when we first
you
got
can't get a trap.
our dog, and you were like, you got to get one that you can catch and release.
I know. I'm really mentally unwell in a lot of ways. So I see this mouse and I'm like, I'm going to get it. And so I clear out everything from my cabinets and I'm like, I'm going to get this motherfucker. I'm throwing away things that don't even need to be thrown away because I am.
You told me pots and pans.
Pots and pans. I'm sick. You know, they needed to go. And people go through my dumpster, my trash cans all the time. You know how I get. I'm pretty calm, cool, collected as a person.
Yeah.
But when I get very neurotic when something happens and I'm like, I need to change everything. Everything needs to change. And so I throw away all this stuff. My sister's here. She's helping me. And then I take out the trash from the trash can. Oh my God, what do I hear? I hear a little in the fucking trash can.
But wait, where did you see it the first time?
The first time it ran across.
Across where?
Like from the refrigerator, I think, to like the thing.
Okay.
Oh, so I take out the trash and I'm like walking out the door and then the trash can is like moving. And I'm like, oh my God, it's like a big stainless steel trash can. That was $100. It shouldn't move. Where's it going?
It's like one of those smart trash cans.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to be here either, but we can't just leave like this, not on these terms. It saw the dice and it was like, oh, look at, you're replacing me with something new?
Yeah.
The Dyson keeps dumping its load in me.
I'm pregnant.
Yeah, my God.
I'm pregnant. You're just going to throw me in the dumpster, mister?
Just like this. So I pop the little thing open, the top of it open, and there it is. This little beady-eyed bitch-ass mouse staring at me. He got stuck in the trash can. Can
I just say that I understand and sympathize 1,000%. I would never want to kill some little being, even if it is a mouse.
Yeah.
But when it's in your house, it's so fucking different.
It's so different.
You are not paying rent.
No.
You are intruding.
Oh, what are you bringing to the table other than eating my food? Are you kidding me? An unwelcome guest?
My God. Well, I'm glad you were able to get it out.
Okay, so I take the trash can out, let it go in an alleyway, and I'm like, goodbye. Like, you know, it's been real, but you can't stay here. You got to go. Yeah. And he knew. He took off. He's like, all right, I'm out of here. My bad. Like, I did not know. I thought this was cool.
Yeah. Which, that's understandable.
Totally.
But...
Hey, I'm not mad at him.
Right.
However, that's all. I seal off where I think it came in. Like, I call the right people. Everything's happening. Everything's in production to have this whole thing fixed. And then the other night, I wake up at 1 a.m. I'm thirsty. I'm parched.
Wait, and people don't know this, that I'm
a night eater.
You're a sleep eater.
Yes. I will wake up, I will grab a box of Triscuits, and I will eat half of it and then fall asleep.
It's like Step Brothers.
Yeah. So I do that. I go into the kitchen. Why is there a fucking mouse running up the wall? Why is there a fucking mouse running up the wall?
When you told me that, I was like, oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Running up the cabinet.
Running up the fucking cabinet. I'm like, how? Okay, first of all, I'm impressed a little bit. Yeah. I'm terrified. I let out, I think I was so aggravated because I finally felt safe. Like the mouse was gone. I let out like a, just fuck.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker's running up the wall like the fucking Exorcist. And I'm like, excuse me, why are you running? Like, you're in my house. You're in my house. And it's running up the fucking wall. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, where did it go? I don't know. No idea where it went. So my kitchen has been blocked off. I go in there and I kick the refrigerator. I kick the oven. I do all these. I check all the cabinets. Today was the first time that I felt safe going back in there. Someone else is coming to like do even more like patchwork and all this shit. But I'm just like,
well, I got here and it's sealed off.
It is sealed off.
Your kitchen is sealed off.
1,000% sealed off floor to ceiling.
Oh my God. And it's just in there.
Hey, guess what? Only one of us is enjoying this kitchen right now, and it's not me.
Yeah. So now you're moving. I got here today. And Spencer's like, so I toured a house today and I filled out an application.
I am insane. It's been a long time coming. I've been wanting to move for quite some time. Just,
No, but rodents crawling on the walls is the last
No, I'm like,
straw.
there is like some sort of demonic sculpture under a wall or in between my walls or something. There's no way. Like, why is it running up the wall? I don't fucking like it, and I don't fuck with that. And so, yeah,
Up the wall,
I said
vertical.
you can have. I said you can have this place. Keep it. I don't want it anymore. You live here now. So
The mouse is like, fuck you, I'm moving in.
hey, cool, an office.
He starts a podcast.
Oh my god, he like loves the yellow couch. I'm like, okay, well, it was really. It's not coming out, so you get to keep it.
Well, you also told me I'm like, Spencer, I know you don't want to kill it, but like where there's one, there's a lot.
Don't say it. I can't even think about it.
When we had a mouse, I got a trap that was like the most humane.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I'll bring it over. And you're like, okay, I'm just trying to like make up a scenario. Like you were frantic, but you're like, I'm trying to make a scenario up in my head that maybe it's the first mouse and he's so fucking rude that he came back in.
Yeah.
And maybe now it's time to send him on his journey
to hell.
Yeah.
Back to hell.
God.
I don't know. So I don't know what's going to happen. Stay tuned. Maybe moving. You know what? We're actually manifesting. I found a really cool place, and I would really...
It's happening.
I would really love her. So if we could all put together our manifesting powers, and hopefully next episode I'll be able to update you guys that I'm moving.
We already named it Archie.
She's so cute.
So if everybody can chant with me.
Archie, 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 Archie. We want her. It's such a cool house.
It's perfect. I'm selfishly like, oh my God, there's a big backyard. My dogs can come over.
I know. It's going to be so good. Obviously, we can't say anything about it, but
it's so perfect.
It's so perfect. You'll see. I'll follow you along online.
Yeah.
You guys follow us. You'll see the journey of this house, but it's so cool.
Yep.
God bless America.
Yes.
Let us get it. Us.
Us, I know.
Us, a couple. We do everything together. So I'm just like, oh my God, we're going to get this house and it's going to be so cool. We can have a backyard.
I'm like just as excited though.
That's because
I'm here
you're
a lot.
True friend. Yeah, you also, it's like, you like pretty much live here. So it's like.
I'm here, a lot. So I'm so excited and you deserve it.
We can bring our Dysons together. We'll just fucking fuck shit up.
Oh my God.
Excuse me, coming through.
Wow. I'll get the ceilings. You'll get the floors.
Yes. No mice to be seen.
We'll suck them up in our Dyson.
Don't think I wouldn't. Get in there, fucker. Horrible. Anyway.
Horrible. Well, I'm going first this week. Do you have your little bonus obituary for
us? Obituary. It's coming from one of our favorites, the Mr. Ed Dead's book, Other Obituaries for the Most Famous People Who Never Lived. Okay, I'm actually really excited about this one. This is my favorite one from the book. And it is the obituary for Arthur Herbert Fonzarelli. Hey! Who, if you don't know Fonzie, then what are you even doing?
Come on, Happy Days?
Come on. It says, bowling accident claims life of beloved greaser.
Oh, no.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or as Madison would say, Milwaukee Wis. Arthur Fonzie Fonzarelli, captain of the A team at Cunningham Lanes, died Saturday while competing at the Ralph Malph Punch in the Mouth Classic. Fonzarelli had a storied career as a mechanic. After demonstrating that he could repair any object by merely applying a precise blow, he quit his job and moved on to more lucrative work. Remember, he would like hit the fucking soda machine or whatever?
Yes, and wasn't his office in the bowling alley? It was the bathroom. That's a show we should rewatch.
Yeah, we should. That's a good show. The Fonz specialized in television and appliance repair. Following an appearance on Fernwood Tonight, Mr. Fonzarelli was in great demand to repair all manner of sophisticated technical equipment, primarily supercomputers, air traffic control radars, and MRI machines. The highlight of his career was in 2006 when the Fonz flew aboard NASA's shuttle Endeavour to repair the Hubble telescope. Imagine he's up there, he's just like, hey!
In his leather jacket over his astronaut suit.
Cool. NASA engineers developed a special glove which would allow him to both effectively strike the device and give the thumbs up sign.
Yeah, baby.
Hell yeah. But not all of Fonzie's repairs ended successfully. He once broke his hand fixing an Abrams M1 tank that the Army couldn't start. It started. He accidentally added 1 second to the year 2000 by hitting the atomic clock too hard, and Mr. Fonzarelli had just made a minor adjustment to the control panel of the 3 Mile Island nuclear power plant before its partial meltdown in 1979. Bowling tournament goers say the Fonz needed to pick up a split in the 7th frame when his favorite ball got stuck in the pneumatic bowling ball returns apparatus. Angered, he stared into the hole and hit the side of the machine in frustration. The ball shot out, striking Fonzie in the face. Dr. Potsy Weber pronounced him dead at the scene. Fonzarelli will be buried with his motorcycle and his comb.
Yeah, baby. Hey. Wait, do you know what a turkey is when you're bowling?
It's when you are a bird.
No, it's 3 strikes in a row.
Everybody's learning something. The hosts are fucking annoying, but I like to learn the facts.
Someone said the other day, they were like, yeah, I just can't really deal with their preppy voices or those accents. I'm like,
I didn't see that.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
I didn't willingly see it, but it was there. And I'm like, accent. People think preppy accent. I think it's just because we're from California.
Are we preppy? God.
Are we preps?
Are we preparation H?
Here we thought we were the Fonz. We were little greaser girlies, but it turns out we're preps.
Whoa.
We need to really edge things up.
Yeah.
So maybe we should do that by talking about some fucking coffin spinners.
Yeah, baby.
Picture flames going off, you guys. Coffin spinners. And like a guitar like,
Or we could just play our intro song.
Oh, bitch, obituary. What's got you spinning in your coffin this week?
All right. I have a very, very controversial and very truly divided subject.
Okay, perfect.
So
Politics? Do you want to bring politics into it too?
No, it separates politics and church and state and all of that. But I want to be as respectful as possible. And again, we're not professionals. We're just reporting on stuff.
What?
Yes. I want to talk about death with dignity and different similar laws like that.
Like assisted suicide?
Yes. Assisted suicide is an offensive term I've learned in the last couple years to say that. And after researching it, I understand why, because it's not dying by suicide. It's a little different.
No, thank you for clarifying that. When you hear my coffin spinner today, they actually align really well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mine will be probably the crazier side of it. I don't know.
Okay. Oh, no. Okay. So it's normally referred to as physician-assisted dying or aid in dying. I've also heard euthanasia.
Okay, really quick, I do want to say that is very interesting about the assisted, not saying assisted suicide. I know that suicide itself is a very touchy word. Like you're supposed to say died by suicide now instead of committed suicide.
Which I wholeheartedly agree with.
Yeah, I mean, it's all wording at the end of the day. I'm like, listen, whatever you're comfortable with, I'm down to change my language on.
Yeah.
Assisted suicide to me, it just seems like a very factual name. It's like, well, technically, yes, this person is dying by suicide. They're being assisted with that. So it's interesting. Good to know.
No, absolutely. I was calling it assisted suicide before I researched it a little bit, and then I watched a documentary. It's hard because nobody wants to have severe depression. Nobody wants to be terminally ill.
Sure.
Nobody wants to end their life, but it's different, and you'll understand why. So from the Death with Dignity official website, deathwithdignity.org, they say, quote, "Death with dignity statutes allow mentally competent adult state residents who have a terminal illness with a confirmed prognosis of having 6 or fewer months to live to voluntarily request and receive a prescription medication to hasten their inevitable imminent death. By adding a voluntary option to the continuum of end-of-life care, these laws give patients dignity, control, and peace of mind during their final days with family and loved ones.
Yes.
The protections in the statutes ensure the patients remain the driving force in end-of-life care decisions. The death with dignity process is super robust, they say.
I'm super for it, by the way. I've learned about it in the past, and I'm a huge, I think it should be...
Yeah, I went into it just ignorant, not knowing.
Unsure.
I'm all for do whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't affect or hurt other people. So I'll get into the documentary that I watched. It did have mostly people for it, but there was someone opposing, and it said a lot about our medical system and our, healthcare
Well, especially
system.
here in the U.S., our healthcare system is horrible.
Bonkers.
We have probably one of the worst healthcare systems. It's fucked.
Yeah. So we'll get to that. But to even apply for death with dignity, it's such a robust, it's not just okay, here, you want a drug to kill yourself.
No, not an easy task.
You need 2 physicians to confirm your residency. You have to be a resident of one of the states that allows it in the U.S. You need a diagnosis. You need a prognosis of 6 months or less. You need to have mental competence, and there are 2 waiting periods. So the first is an oral request. The second, you'd be receiving and filling the prescription. After you're eligible, you must put in a request for the prescription with your physician. Then your physician must make sure that you meet all of the requirements and also give you many different options that don't include ending your life, like pain management, hospice, etc.
Sure.
After that, you see a second doctor that will confirm that your diagnosis is indeed correct, that your prognosis is correct, and that you are of sound mind in making this decision. You will be referred to a mental health assessment if they think that you're not of sound mind. Once you go through all of those, you can go fill the prescription. You can totally fill it. You can leave it at the pharmacy if you want until you're ready to take it. You can bring it home with you. You can never take it, but it gives these people options, and only about 1/3 of patients end up using it.
Oh, really?
Yes. Once you have gone through all of that and are able to legally take the medication, there are only 3 instances where you wouldn't be able to once you have the medication, and that would be, according to their website, quote, if your disease progresses to a coma or death, if you have tumors in your brain or certain metabolic problems that affect your brain function.
Like your cognitive thinking.
Yes. If you are experiencing severe and increased confusion, if you've lost the capacity to understand and make decisions. And then on the day that you take the prescribed medication, you need to be able to ask for it and be cognizant of what it is for. And then third, if you are unable to swallow the 4 ounces of liquid within 2 minutes.
So what happens if you're 3/4 of the way through that baby, and then are they stop?
I don't think it's happened.
Is a doctor present when this is occurring? Because I watched a thing one time on this girl who had moved to Oregon or whatever in order to do the whole death with thing. And it was a younger girl, but she, I believe, had some sort of terminal cancer. And I think she had recently gotten married. It was a big deal. It happened, this was years ago. And I remember she all she wanted was to be able to lay in a bed with her friends and family around her and her husband around her, be able to listen to the music that she wanted to listen to and just peacefully go that way, because she knew otherwise she wouldn't be able to go. And that was the first time that I learned about death with dignity. And I was like, why is this such a limited thing? They do so much thorough research to make sure a candidate is choosing to do this of sound mind, which I'm like, who would want to fight that? I mean, I guess if coming obviously from a religious perspective, some people would be it's playing God.
Yeah.
But
hyper religious people.
We do that with dogs. We do that with animals.
Yeah. There's also people, though, in the medical community that are this goes against our first rule.
Everything is so
do
outdated.
not harm or do no harm.
By the way, guys, we're not making any hard statements here. We're just literally having a conversation about it. I'm just genuinely curious. I don't know really that much.
No, oh my God, no. Yeah, it's so interesting. So as of right now in California, we're able to do this. It's called the End of Life Option Act. In Colorado, you're able to. That's the End of Life Options Act. The District of Columbia, they have the Death with Dignity Act. Hawaii is Our Care, Our Choice Act. Maine is Death with Dignity. New Jersey, Aid in Dying for the Terminally Ill Act. New Mexico, Elizabeth Whitefield End of Life Options Act. Oregon, Death with Dignity, which is where it started.
Someone just drove by blasting Rise Up. They are going through it. We don't know who you are, but we hope your day gets better.
I know.
Question. Sorry not to keep cutting you off. I'm just so fascinated by this.
Fine.
Oregon, I think, was the first, right?
Mm-hmm.
So are the other ones more in recent, recent years that this is starting? Because
Yes.
I remember at the time it was like only Oregon.
Oregon was the first in 1994, and then Washington in 2008. Then the other ones came in like 2013, 2015, 2016. So they're fairly recent.
Okay.
Oh, she's back.
Oh, she's back? She said, I'll rise up. Son of a- It is. Could you guys hear it? I wonder if the audio picked it up. It just drove by my window. Are you okay?
She's going through it.
She is going through it.
So Oregon, Vermont, and Washington. There's also Montana, but there's nothing that is safeguarding it. So they're not really counting it as one. I don't know. But something I thought was also super interesting was that it will not affect your life insurance policies, whereas dying by suicide would.
That is actually really crazy.
I know. So on your death certificate, it will say that you died from your illness.
Wow. You know, that is amazing. And that is such like a good forward thing, because I don't know if any of you have experienced someone in your life dying by suicide, but it really complicates afterwards, which could probably be a whole episode on its own.
Totally.
All of the different things that can occur
Yeah.
just because of the way somebody
Right.
passed away.
Right. It's so interesting. So I watched this documentary called How to Die in Oregon, and it was so beautiful. It was insane. So I want to talk about that a little bit, because it gives, when I first started researching this and I first started hearing about it, and you know, when you just see like a website for it or, you know, reading about it, you don't get the full effect of it. You think like, okay, so this person just takes this drug and then they die. And like, you don't see all the family members, or you don't see all of that.
Yeah, probably a hard thing to picture. Where did you watch this? Just so
I rented it on Amazon.
Okay.
But it's like won a bunch of awards and stuff. So they follow a few people's journeys. Some of them end up taking it, some of them don't. And you watch it, you see them take it. They follow this one lady, and I want to talk about her. Her name's Cody. She was 54 at the time this was filmed. And she starts off by saying, if I had an option, I would prefer not to die, thank you very much. But given that I know I am going to die, does an extra 3 months of a fluid leaking through my pores sound that great? No. I'd rather go when I'm feeling okay and able to communicate with my family. It starts off, she's super happy, looks super lively, but she has primary cancer of the liver. When she was first diagnosed, they found it, and it was the size of a grapefruit. This is the type of cancer that it's either treated surgically, and if it doesn't go away, there's nothing they can really do.
Wow.
She did have it surgically treated. It was taken out. There were complications. She ended up in a coma. It was terrible. And she had to learn to walk again. She couldn't take care of herself for 6 months. And then things started to get better, and she was okay, and she was in the clear. And then her cancer came back.
No.
And that's when she kind of sought out death with dignity, because she's like, look, the outcomes of this cancer haven't changed in 30 years. She's like, I know what's going to happen.
She's like, I'm not banking on a miracle or...
Right. And she was married, had 2 grown children, had a beautiful life. She definitely didn't want to die or be diagnosed with any of this, but she was like, okay, this is what's happening. She was on a walk with her friends, and she was like talking to them like, okay, so I got so much stuff done today. I took a bunch of stuff to the Goodwill. I'm going to have you guys come over. I want you to go through my closet, like take what you want. Like She had a full list of everything that she wanted.
It gives me chills.
It was such a great movie. They interviewed her daughter and her husband, and her daughter said if she would have died in the hospital, it really would have felt like she was pulled out of our hands, because then you're still fighting to keep her. And she was kind of saying, like, she was, like, okay with it. The son was not as okay with it.
You have to respect someone's choice, because, again, this isn't someone choosing to end their lives because they've lost hope or this or that. It's like, I have this illness and it's going to kill me.
And she talked about that. She's like, I know that a lot of people will say that there is a lot of dignity in fighting till the end. But she's like, there's also grace in knowing that, you know, maybe I can't do that.
It's why. It's like quality of life versus quantity of life. It comes down to that, I think, in these situations. And I think if I was in a similar predicament, I can't say for sure because I've never been in that position and hopefully never will be. That, knock on wood.
Yeah.
But if it did, I'm like, if I knew.
Right.
There's a 98% chance you are going to die in the next 3 months, and it is going to be a grisly end. I would much rather be surrounded by my family and friends and just like have a peaceful goodbye.
Totally. It truly is the last resort for people. They interviewed her doctor, and her doctor loved her. And her doctor was saying it's so hard because on one level you support this law and are happy that it exists, but it's so different when you're faced with finally putting the pen to the paper and writing a prescription that's going to end somebody's life. She said that she talked to her sister, who was a breast cancer survivor, and her sister said, of course you are going to do it. You are her doctor and you have to help her. It kind of cuts back and forth to Cody, and she has the drug in her bedside table. She's like, I'm just comfortable knowing that it's there. I don't want to take it. Hopefully I won't have to take it. This is pretty consistent throughout everybody's story who is in the program, that it gives them back a sense of control because their terminal illnesses have made them feel so out of control. It gives them like a grasp on like, okay, I can't control my illness. I can't control how I'm feeling. I can't control all of these things, but I am going to be able to at least control when I go.
It's not to trivialize it, but it's almost like on obviously a way more extreme level, but like when someone has a lot of anxiety about traveling or something, like flying, and their doctor prescribes them Xanax. A lot of people are like, I don't even need to take it. I just like knowing that I have it in case my anxiety gets really bad. The sense of control.
Totally.
Which is what this whole thing is really about, is having that sense of control.
If you have felt for so long that you have no control over your body, it's like, why not be able to have that control? So they gave her 6 months to live because her condition got so bad. But then she started getting better and she started feeling better. So she outlived her 6-month prognosis. She started a new palliative care that has improved her life. And she said she started feeling like herself again. She felt great for some time, but then her condition again got really bad to the point where she finally made the decision to die with dignity. Of course, it was not an easy decision to make. She didn't do it within the 6 months that they gave her. It was pretty awful to see. She was a beautiful woman. And in the last week, when she finally was like, okay, I'm making this decision, her stomach swelled up, you know, all of these physical things. Like there was so much fluid in her body that she was in so much pain. She was up using 75 milligrams of morphine every single hour.
So she's not getting to live.
No. And the doctor said, if we were to bring hospice in, if we were to bring a hospital bed in, if we were to bring in around the clock care, she maybe would live for 8 more weeks, but it would be painful. So she made the decision. And it was really beautiful to see because she had her friends over. She taught her kids the recipes that they wanted to learn, you know, like she was famous for her Christmas bars and her son was making them and learning them and she was helping them and she had everything arranged really perfectly. And on the day that she decided to go, it was a Monday at 6 p.m. Her family sang songs together. They laughed, they cried, they did everything, and then she drinks this drink and within 2 minutes she's gone. It's a very gentle, like she was
peaceful
just like
passing.
I'm drifting I'm drifting. And then she died.
She said that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Throughout the whole thing, she did say in times where she was just in so much pain that she just wanted to be able to drift away. So it gave her that sense of control. She was like, I can give this to my family. I can say everything I want to them. I can have everything arranged for them. Like, this is the best option. That really changed my mind on it and just like really opened up my eyes to it.
Such a beautiful story.
So beautiful. On the flip side, someone who wasn't able to have the Die with Dignity Act was a man named Randy. And they interview his wife, Nancy. He lives in Washington. This was before the Death with Dignity Act was available there. And so in 2000, Randy was diagnosed with brain and spinal cord cancer. He was only 55 years old, and it was a super harsh treatment with harsh side effects. He went through surgery, radiation, 3 different types of chemo. They took part of the amygdala in his brain, which controls his balance. So he was stumbling and falling all the time. And then he got better after that. But in 2005, the cancer came back, and he did not want to continue treatment any longer. He told hospice that he wanted aid in dying. They said, well, we don't do that here. We cannot help you. And so he's like, well, I'm going to move to Oregon then and establish residency and do it then. They said, you won't be alive long enough to be able to do that. So he was in his hospital bed 24/7. He couldn't control his arms and legs. He became incontinent and had to wear diapers, which he hated and embarrassed him. He would scream in pain. He had double vision. His eyes would pop out of his head from the tumors, and he couldn't close his eyes. It was terrible. And he would always say to his wife, Nancy, that he felt like he was half in his body and half out of it. He could feel himself like leave his body and then come back into his body. He would always say to her, I'm just trying to figure out how to stay out of my body permanently. Like, I don't want to come back. Like, it's terrible. 6 weeks before his death, he said to his wife that it's about to get really painful. And whatever happens, please promise that you will do everything that you can to help change this law. And she promised him. When he died, she went on a whole journey and got the law passed in Washington.
Oh, it makes me want to cry.
I know. And then there was a bunch of other people that they kind of followed, but those were the ones that really stuck out to me. There was one more that we will get to, but I wanted to give like an opposing view. This is one guy that they interviewed. His name was Randy also. He was 54. He had prostate cancer. He was given 2 to 4 months to live, but outlived that like a year. One chemo didn't work. He tried to get on another chemo treatment, but his insurance didn't approve it. And they didn't approve it because it didn't increase his life for 5 years, and the Oregon plan didn't want to pay for it. So instead, they offered him all these other things, one of which included death with dignity, and he was pissed. He said, quote, yeah, they don't care. No man has got the right to offer money to have another man killed. They sent me a letter to help pay to kill me, but won't pay to help me. He then went public, and it was reversed, and they agreed to his chemo. Randy died 4 weeks after starting his new chemo, but he also said that dignity means to me that you can hold your head up high, and I don't see how anyone could take their life and hold their head up high doing it. And so I was like, okay, I absolutely understand where he's coming from, but that seems more like a failed healthcare system than someone pushing death with dignity.
Oh, 100%. And then also, though, it falls into the category to me of just because something is not for you or the way that you would like to do it doesn't mean that it shouldn't be available to other people. It's the same way about like how people will be completely different, but like, oh, I'm against gay marriage. Okay, well, don't have a gay wedding. Like, don't.
Yeah, don't marry the same sex then. Yeah.
Sure, there. But it doesn't mean that it shouldn't be available for other people. I mean, the whole thing is just, it's such like a chilling subject. That's one that I do have a hard time topic-wise going really deep into, because it's such like I would say out of probably compared to most people, I'm comfortable with death. Like, I'm not someone that's like, I'm gonna like live forever. And I'm like, but it's like, I don't know, things like this just make me so emotional. I have to be in the right headspace, I think is what I mean. Like, I have to be in like the right headspace to think about this or watch something like this because it's reality. It's not like
I felt that
heavy.
way too, but it's a very warm film.
You're just like, you're gonna watch this fucking documentary with me whether you like it or not.
Okay, but one more person that they talked about that stuck out to me was a man named Ray, and he reminded me so much of Jeff Goldblum.
Love.
Sounded just like him. He was 84, but he sounded just like him. He talked like him. He was famous, I think. Like he was playing old home videos because of his voice. He was a singer. He was incredible. He sang his whole life. He had cancer, but then he got better, and then after 20 years, it came back. And the last resort was the doctors taking his voice box out.
Oh, for him, he's like, that is it. That's my thing.
He was like, absolutely not. I'm 84 years old. This thing, my voice box, has been my whole life. It's been my career. It's been everything to me. He said, I have a much different outlook than many people have on the finality of life. I will have a real presence, almost a live presence at my own funeral. I know no better way to say goodbye than my little eulogy.
Wow.
And he recorded his eulogy, and I want to play it.
Oh, wow.
He ended up not even needing the death with dignity medication. He ended up dying in his hospital bed, and he wasn't coherent enough to give himself the dose of medication. But his eulogy was played at his funeral, and I want to play it for you because his voice is incredible.
Okay, so here we are. Dear family and friends, welcome to this joyous occasion. Joyous because I strongly believe that this is the beginning of another life, with a loving God as my constant and eternal companion. I am so proud that Judaic and Christian principles are here to make this a memorable and a beautiful occasion. Pastor Jim and Rabbi Maurice and Major Joe are dear friends. I thank them, all of whom have made this service possible. Hopefully, my brother Harold and my sons Robert, Richard, and Jeff, along with my daughter Darla, were able to attend this final visit. Other daughters, Cindy, Carol, and Shelley, may not even be aware of my demise. I do realize that this entire affair might be considered by some as unusual. But for me, it's an opportunity to actually voice my goodbyes and gratitude for the love and friendship that is prevalent within these holy walls. My father, an Orthodox Jew, once said to me, if all the world lived by the principles taught by Moses and Jesus, we'd have a perfect world. How very true were those words of wisdom. Go in peace. Go with God. Bless you for your attendance.
Oh my God. So sweet. So special.
That's that. It's such a heavy subject, but
Yeah,
it's kind
Madison.
of lighthearted in a way.
Oh my God. Well, I guess it's good that this is coming out on a holiday. If you're driving to your Thanksgiving dinner right now,
Get the crying out before.
yeah, don't cry after. And then just maybe hug your family a little closer.
Maybe slip them one of those pills. I'm just kidding.
Your mother-in-law driving you nuts? Just fucking. Okay. Well, I think we need to take a quick break, and then we'll come back and we'll take this elsewhere. I don't know if it's going up or down, but it's going somewhere.
Oh, shit. Okay.
We'll be right back. And we're back. I'm really, 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 really happy that you did that as your topic today because mine falls in line. It's not as heavy because we're not getting into personal stories or anything. We are talking about a mechanism designed by Julianus Urbanus that would give you the ride of your life or death, presenting the euthanasia coaster. Really, really taking a turn here.
Oh my God.
This woman, Julie Gerstein, she's this writer, did a really good write-up on the euthanasia coaster for Atlas Obscura, so I wanted to pull a little bit from there. It says, using the law of physics and the limits of the human body, Urbanus says his design will end lives with elegance and euphoria. How it works? The ride takes 2 minutes to climb to a 1,670 meter peak before the big drop.
Oh no.
1,600 feet at 220 miles per hour. From there,
Blow your fucking wig off.
bitch, listen. From there, a series of 7 spiral inversions inflict 10G on riders for 60 seconds, causing gray out, tunnel vision, and eventually loss of consciousness. As the spirals decrease in size, passengers die of cerebral hypoxia or lack of oxygen to the brain, celebrating the limits of the human body, but also the liberation from the horizontal life. The kinetic sculpture is, in fact, the ultimate roller coaster.
That sounds like my worst fucking nightmare.
No, see, not me. You can drink your little liquid. I'm getting on the fucking roller coaster. I had no idea. So it talks about in there, it says the whole thing that it inflicts 10G on riders.
Good cell phone service.
Yeah, hello.
Can you hear me now?
I had no idea what 10G was, so I looked it up, and it means 10 times the force of gravity.
Oh.
To give you an idea, the most G-force that a regular human will experience in their normal lifetime is during a roller coaster loop, which is about 3 to 4 Gs. So you feel, on a roller coaster, you feel your body being pulled or pinned back to your seat. It's hard to move your head forward. So just imagine like a really extreme version of that. It basically causes you to like black out, or it says gray out in there, but I think that's kind of like when you're about to pass out fully. It's wild. There's all this interesting information online about like speed racers and pilots, astronauts experiencing different levels of G-force. But the difference is sorry, what do you think the mouse was experiencing when he ran at my wall? That was like some 10G shit. Maybe like a 7. He was like, wow.
I hate this.
I'm out of here. No, but all these pilots, astronauts, they're in specially crafted outfits or vessels to be able to successfully endure the gravitational force without passing out or losing consciousness. I started reading into like the numbers of G-force and how that all works. It's all very mathematical, so I was like, I gotta go. Like, bye. Tell me more about this roller coaster of doom. Going back to that Atlas Obscura piece for a minute, it talks more about like what's going on described by him. It says you relax, you press the fall button, and then whir, swish. The ultimate surrender to gravity. No, you realize, in fact, it is even greater than just giving up. As in the blink of an eye, you enter the heartline, the whirling element of the coaster track, where your heart stays roughly in line with the center of the fall trajectory. In other words, your body spins around the heart while you fall. Gravitational choreography. The scooting gust of wind, goosebumps, suspension of breath, and vertigo. A set of experiences comprising a sort of fairground anesthesia. Prepare you for that fatal part of your ride.
I'm sorry, but I just picture the cart coming back into the station.
Listen. Next in line, you're like, wow, God.
Not right in this.
Oh, no. You come out of there with a death erection, like, all aboard.
Oh, God, help me.
I'm fascinated by this roller coaster. So I guess this Urbanus guy used to actually work at an amusement park in Lithuania.
Oh, wonderful.
But later,
I want him working there.
Well, he later went on to receive a PhD. He got a PhD from London's Royal College of Arts Design Interactions Department, self-proclaiming to consider his research in gravitational aesthetics.
Pimpin' Hose Daily, baby. That's my PhD.
That's your PhD? Oh my God. I guess the whole gist is you get on the roller coaster. At a certain point, once you reach the top peak, which I think it takes about 3 minutes to get there, you can decide in those few minutes whether or not to press the fall button. And if you press it, you go on this wild ride of loop-de-loops and you die.
Oh, wow.
Kind of fun. I'm kind of into it.
What a thrill.
I was like, I wonder if it takes your picture. Imagine you're like, jeez. Like, this is the last photo we have of our grandfather. And he's like, wow.
Did this thing ever exist?
I think it was like a model he built. Like I don't think it ever came to fruition though. I don't know if there was any investors in this, but it was an idea. So I briefly want to chat about some other euthanasia devices that I came across that have existed and been used in the past. Most notably would probably be the Thanatron. It was designed by Jack Kevorkian, which I feel like a lot of people have heard that name. He was a pathologist and a huge proponent of euthanasia. Big brain energy. This was the first time I really started looking into his life and his history. He was a child prodigy. He taught himself German, Russian, Greek, and Japanese when he was just a kid.
Wow.
Super smart guy. Big proponent of medical freedom, not like the granola mom, I ain't vaccinated, but medical freedom, but more in regards to the whole death with dignity concept. By 1999, he claimed to have assisted at least 130 patients in their deaths. In 1998, actually, he was arrested for his direct role in a case of voluntary euthanasia on a man named Thomas Yoke who suffered from ALS. ALS is such a bad, my grandfather had that. It was such like a sad progression because you really lose all control. Just like I remember him like speaking slower and slower and like basically you lose all motor function. That is a perfect example of somebody who, if I was suffering from that, I would probably not want to slowly fade out. I'd rather be like, all right, I'm good. Let's go. For that, Kevorkian was convicted of second-degree murder, and he served 8 years in jail. He was released on parole if he agreed to no longer publicly speak about assisted suicide, or now we know the correct term would be aid in dying. His career is a whole story in itself, so I don't really want to get too deep into it, but I want to talk about his invention, the Thanatron that I mentioned. It was a machine that was controlled by the patient, so he technically wasn't administrating the death. His only part in this, aside from inventing the contraption, was helping hook up the patients to the device. The patient would basically be hooked up to this machine, and then they could press down on a button which would release drugs or chemicals resulting in their deaths. And so obviously it was super controversial, and he was doing this way before Death with Dignity and all that had really taken place. So it was very controversial at the time, and people looked at it as murder, and his name was associated with that a lot versus looking at him as like kind of like a pioneer in that world, which he was. He had this other contraption, not sure if it was pre or post Thanatron, that was essentially a gas mask a patient could put on, and it was attached to a canister of carbon monoxide. This was called the Mercitron, aka the Mercy Machine. None of this sounds quite as relaxing as drinking a little liquid mixture.
I'm like, he had to name it like
so what you picking?
An arcade game.
I might go on the fucking roller coaster. Send me on some loopy loops.
I know, you're more daring than me.
Go out with a bang,
I'm
honey.
sitting in bed, babe.
Oh my god. So Philip Nietzsche was another pioneer in the world of aiding dying. He invented quite a few different devices. The first was the deliverance machine, which sounds pretty fucking metal. Essentially, it was a laptop that was connected to an IV, and it would ask the patient a series of questions to confirm that they wanted to die. And upon completion of the questionnaire, a lethal injection of barbiturates would be triggered and enter the user's body via an attached IV.
Okay.
Again, this was in the early stages of all of this. This years before everything had really taken place, so it was probably like their way of just confirming.
A laptop was so high tech too.
Oh my god, yeah. Literally. And they show pictures of it. It was like a big laptop, like one of those. Oh my god. Fucking watch Apple come out with one of these. They're like, we also have a, what is it? Deliverance machine.
What was that Black Mirror that we watched that was kind of like this? At the end.
Oh yeah, they could
decide if
That's
they
my
wanted
favorite
to go
episode
there.
of Black Mirror. Everyone watch the San Junipero episode of Black Mirror. It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
It makes me feel so happy about dying. In 2017, this same guy designed the Sarco device. It was a 3D printed suicide capsule. Quote, the Sarco would contain a touchpad and nitrogen, and once an activation code was entered, the person is again asked if they wish to continue to die. An affirmative answer causes nitrogen to flow into the capsule, displacing oxygen, and the death follows shortly after. The Sarco machine cannot be printed on small 3D printers. Wonderful. You can't do this at home. The Sarco offers a, quote, euphoric death.
Oh.
But when I was looking into it, I was just like, wow, there's a lot of different ways people have conceptualized these different devices to aid someone in dying. I mainly wanted to talk about the roller coaster, though, because I knew We had to talk about it.
No, it's definitely death is it happens to
I
everybody.
feel like I'm like the one who came in with like the crazy idea. Like you came in with the like, and here's the peaceful way that we could do it. I'm like, well, I also had an idea. We could go on a roller coaster really fast, and then our brains would mush, and then because of 10G, we'd just fucking die. You brought us down. I brought us up around looped it a few times.
What
so.
a roller coaster this show is.
Oh, a roller coaster of emotions. You're up first this week. Let's hear it. Who you got?
Alrighty, I have, and I didn't change his name because it's a great obituary. Richard Norton Bacon, also known as Rick, from Lumberton.
Oh, Rick Bacon?
Rick Bacon.
Oh, my goodness. Why did you say so? You did.
I did. Rick of Lumberton has left the building. His friends will tell you he's in a better place. The rest will say they can smell the bacon burning. He is stress-free and at peace. The curtain came down on Thursday night at Southeastern Regional Medical Center. He is survived by his loving wife of 29 years. He is also survived by his son, his son's wife, his daughter, his other son and his wife, and 5 grandchildren made his life better with their visits. Rick loved dogs. Trixie, Richie, James Brown Beans, and Mr. Wu were the last in a long line of hairy hogs that shared his bed and his affection. He was born in Auburn, New York, July 16, 1947, the son of the late Elizabeth Dunster Bacon and Frederick Neal Bacon. He was also predeceased by his brother Ted. He drifted south from upstate New York in 1962 to the mountains of North Carolina, where he graduated without honors in the class of 65
Same.
at East Yancey High School. After one undistinguished year at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, Rick enlisted in the United States Air Force. He became a Morse intercept operator and spent 2.5 years overseas in Turkey and Italy. After another failed college attempt at Mars Hill College, Rick got his start in media at WKYK Radio in Burnsville, North Carolina. From radio, it was on to newspaper, where Rick spent 26 years publishing newspapers, moving from state to state, looking for a town that would keep him. From Spruce Pine, North Carolina, to Barnwell, South Carolina, to Lake City, Florida, he survived buying a Buick, the official car of geezers, and a heart attack that convinced him it was time to leave Florida unless he wanted to die young.
Oh.
He headed back to North Carolina to live and work where he had a good life. Rick was a Rotarian for over 25 years. He served as president of the Rockingham Rotary Club in 2012 and was proud of the work that Rotary did in the community and around the world. He was a 2-time Paul Harris Fellow. In March of 2014, Rick was diagnosed with lung cancer. He celebrated with yet another trip to a Cincinnati Reds game. If you knew Rick, you knew that he was a loyal Reds fan since the late 50s without ever living a day in Ohio. He often said, "There's no explaining taste." Cremation will take place at the family's convenience, and his ashes will be kept in an urn, passed from family member to family member until no one can remember what's in the jar. Everyone who remembers Rick is asked to celebrate his life in their own way, telling a "he wasn't so bad" or "what an ass" story of their choosing. Boiled shrimp and a beverage of your choice should be part of any celebration. Instead of flowers, Rick would hope that you will do an unexpected act of kindness for some less fortunate soul. Rick liked to buy food for the car behind him in the drive-thru lane, or a meal for a military couple if he could do it without them knowing who paid. That's a lot cheaper than flowers. And then it says, "To crooks reading this, we left an armed guard and the 4 killer dogs home from the luncheon. If you come to steal, they will hurt you." Which I thought was so interesting because we've talked about on here before people looking at, like with the grave robbers.
Yeah.
People looking at the obituaries to see like
Yes.
whose grave they could rob or whose house they could rob. So
Crazy.
he knew.
He knew. I love that.
I know. I love Mr. Bacon.
I do have to say, you brought us not down, you brought us to a lower place. I feel like we brought us back up with the roller coaster of doom.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to bring us back down again a little bit. I actually forgot what my obituary was this week, and I was like, oh shit, it's a story. I have another one with a story, kind of like last week.
Okay.
On June 16th, 1932, Richard Dick Meredith came into the world in Chicago, Illinois. At the age of 13, Dick's family moved to Des Moines, where he attended Roosevelt High School alongside his big sister Cleo Jean. Always a quiet boy, Dick would frequently be seen sitting quietly, peering through his Coke bottle glasses while living out adventures that existed between the walls of his head. Despite his reserved nature, Dick had a small collection of close friends and loved playing sports and reading. Whether it was tossing a football or shooting baskets for hours on end, he found happiness in the little things. Dick also had a great passion for music. Those who knew him fondly recall how he would carry his radio wherever he went, singing happily along to his favorite singer, Bill Crosby. Dick entered his first institution at the age of 15. He received an unauthorized lobotomy at 17, beginning a life he would never understand and from which he would never return. He was in and out of various county homes and hospitals for 48 years. He finally found peace at Clarinda Treatment Center in southwest Iowa and remained there for 20 years. Unauthorized lobotomy.
Wow.
At 17 years old. Just fucking ruined his life. Richard was a big man, a gentle giant. His face always had a smile on it. His eyes would light up when he saw his favorite caregivers or his sisters. He loved Hershey bars and music just as his father had, and he was very proud of the medal he won while participating in the Special Olympics.
Oh.
No one knows for sure what Richard may have accomplished in his life that was taken away from him. He was lost for a very long time in a broken mental health system. We are forever thankful to the members of the Clarinda treatment community who cared for Richard, loved him, and in a very real sense became extended members of our family. And then it talks about the memorial and whatnot. And, you know, I read this obituary and I was like, wow, like what an insane story. Like lobotomies are a terrifying piece of history, and I always really wanting to know more about them. So I decided to look up Richard Meredith and see if there was anything more available online about his story and this botched lobotomy, because I'm like, it's 17 years old. To get a lobotomy at 17 years old, and he didn't unauthorized, he didn't need it.
Wow.
I don't think anyone needed a lobotomy.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? And then his whole life, he's just institutionalized. I looked it up and just fucking hold on to your death bridges, because this shit is wild. I found an article from USA Today and it really put things in perspective and did some backtracking on the obituary. Quote, if Dick Meredith's niece had known the whole truth about how he died at a state mental institution in September, she would have deleted this sentence from his obituary. We are forever thankful to the loving members of the Clarinda treatment community who cared for Richard, loved him, and in a very real sense became extended members of our family.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Dana Vasey boils with anger when she thinks about those words, which she wrote in mid-September. At the time, she said she didn't realize that her uncle's death was a horrific case of choking that inspectors blamed on staff carelessness, or that state administrators tried to keep the family in the dark.
How did they not know?
They hid it from them. And because he couldn't obviously advocate or speak for himself, what do you do? Vasey and her mother, Cleo Jean Olson, who we heard in the obituary, now see Meredith's final moments as an echo of the crippling thing that an earlier generation of state officials did to him. In 1955, administrators at the Clarinda Mental Health Institute had a doctor perform a radical brain surgery on him, records show. The procedure, called a lobotomy, severed connections in his brain, turning the quirky, shy young man from Des Moines into a virtual toddler. He would never again be able to carry on a coherent conversation.
Wow.
I keep wondering, why was it Dick? She said, why of all people did this happen to him? He never hurt anybody. They made it sound like he had been up and running if it hadn't been for this heart issue he was having. And so they blamed it, I think, on like a heart issue. The family learned the truth on November 23rd when they picked up the Des Moines Register. The newspaper reported that inspectors had fined the facility $8,250 for giving a peanut butter sandwich to a resident whose doctors had ordered a diet of pureed food because the man had trouble swallowing. The inspector's report didn't name the resident. It didn't have to. The date of the death matched Richard Meredith's, and his relatives knew he was prone to wolfing down food if left unattended. They were almost certain the article was about him.
Oh.
Chilling, right?
Oh my God.
He was failed by the fucking system.
Absolutely.
From age of 17 until his death. Throughout his whole... it's
holy shit.
maddening.
Wow.
Infuriating. So, I mean, that should have been my dumbass criminal is these fucking doctors in this medical facility.
I know.
You.
Fuck you.
Oh my God.
Go to hell. I hope you choke on a peanut butter sandwich too.
Yeah, motherfuckers.
Fuckers.
Okay, should we bring it back up?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on here, but
Let's bring it.
I brought a dumbass criminal. Did you bring a dumbass criminal?
I did. Let's bring it back up like the mouse running up your cabinet.
Fuck that mouse, dude.
I wonder what it's doing. It's in your kitchen right now.
I don't know. I looked. I couldn't find it.
God.
He's on a journey of self-discovery.
Yeah. I wonder what mice think. Like, oh my God, I'm in a mansion.
Yeah, do you think they think that? I always wonder that with Hot Dog. Is she like, this 2-bedroom is huge? Because she's so little.
Yeah. Totally.
Oh, God. It's time. It's time for some dumb
ass
criminal. This is the remix. Dumb ass criminals.
Dumb ass criminals.
Hey, dumb ass criminals.
Dumb ass criminals. All right. My dumb ass criminal is very short, but I saw the news article and was like, what the fuck kind of scene is this? Took place in April of 2020 in Eugene, Oregon, a U-Haul place near River Road. A man snuck into this U-Haul off of River Road one night to steal gas from the U-Haul trucks. And while I was researching this, I've seen a lot of articles about people stealing fuel from U-Haul.
They probably know, like, oh, they're full.
And they're just sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe that he heard two people coming, and so he hid under the truck. These two people were a man and a woman arguing about something. I think they probably turned their car in or turned their U-Haul in and were going back to their car. And they were fucking arguing so bad he pulls a firework out, lights it, throws it at her.
Oh my
She
God.
ducks. The firework goes near the gas that he's trying to steal, and 4 trucks go up in flames.
So the dumbass criminal is technically the guy who threw the fucking firework.
I guess.
What happened to the guy who was under the truck? Oh my God, imagine he's trying to be so stealth and he's like, wow! Ow!
Police pulled footage
No.
from the U-Haul. I couldn't find it anywhere, but I guess the man and woman ran, but they were later caught. But the guy stealing gas, his leg and his arm caught on fire, but he was fine and ran away. They still haven't caught him. They caught the man and woman.
Let him go. He learned his lesson.
Poor guy. There's a news article from Kezi ABC News, and it says, as for the gasoline thief, the police were not able to locate him. They did speak to the woman who the man threw the firework at, but police said she did not want to be involved further in the investigation. 2 of the U-Haul vehicles were a total loss out of the 4 that caught on fire. The man and woman were charged with criminal mischief and reckless endangerment.
Fuck.
Nuts. But I was also looking at other dumb criminals to do. And on this website, I promise you it's not porn. It's called bangboxonline.com.
Oh.
I was on Bangbox.
Hey, baby, show me your bang box.
And I was looking at this dumbass criminal video, but then there was comments. And so I looked at the comments, and one of the comments said, a thief crawled in through the doggy door late one night at a friend's house. 2 80-pound dogs chased him back out, followed by a naked veteran with a large gun. Police arrived and overreacted to a naked man with a gun, and the thief escaped. Detective found the thief's wallet just inside the doggy door. He only lived 2 streets over.
Dumbass.
He was in jail before sunrise.
God.
Like, oh my God, these comments.
Oh my God. That is fucking good. I like that. My dumb criminal this week is from Nashville, Tennessee. We've got Timothy John Donahoe, 65 years old. He had approached a woman who was on her lunch break from work and asked her for money. He was houseless, asking for money. The woman replied and was like, told him like, oh, I don't have any change. Sorry, I only carry cash. And then this guy, Timothy, hits her in the face and then pushes her into oncoming traffic. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know. I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, he was like, fuck you, lady.
Did I ever tell you the story with my sister, how she was at Starbucks and she saw...
Yep. Tell it.
So my sister went to Starbucks. There was a woman outside asking for change and whatnot. And so my sister brought her out a sandwich. And my sister's walking and she feels something hit her back. And the lady threw the sandwich at her back.
You know, I guess never assume unless somebody's asking for something. I've done the same thing. Like when I used to live in the Bay Area, like obviously I'd go to Berkeley all the time. You'd be on Telegraph. There's all these street punks there or whatever who live on the streets there. And I would like give them pizza or something sometimes. And they'd be like, does it have olives on it? And I'm like, ow, you know what? You eat it or don't. The mouse will eat it if you don't want it.
The mouse is not picky.
Well, anyway, so we pushed her into traffic, and luckily no one hit her, but he was arrested and taken into jail on a $4,500 bond where he will be facing charges of assault and reckless endangerment. But the real reason that I chose this story is because I want you to see his mug shot.
Oh, no.
It's cute. There he is. He's like,
what the fuck am I doing here?
ladies and gentlemen of the court, does this look like a man who
Who's of sound mind?
He looks like he would push you into traffic. There used to be this guy at BART, like the BART train up north. He would yell at us all the time. And one time he came up to me and my friend Brittany, and he was like, spit on my dick! Just like that. And we were like, oh my God. And the security there came over and was like, hey, you know, what happened there? And we were like, oh, he told us to spit on his dick, and then walked away. We were like, it's no big deal, you know?
Yeah.
Security guy goes over to the guy, gets his story, comes back to us, and is like, yeah, so we talked to him, and he's saying that you guys were yelling at him, telling him to get a job, blah, blah, blah. None of which was true.
What?
Because I would never do that.
God.
He was like, yeah, so if you're trying to press any sort of charges or anything, he just know that he's going to do the same to you. And we were like, pressing charges? We were just telling, you asked us what happened.
We were trying to spit on his dick. I don't know what the problem was.
Friggin' weirdo. Oh, God. Well, that's it. Let's all remember that Thanksgiving is a horrible holiday rooted in the racist and problematic past of America. I hope you guys all survive Thanksgiving with your families and your nearest and dearest. And at least I hope my dream and wish for all of you is that you get some mashed potatoes today.
Yes.
We love ya.
We love ya. Happy Thanksgiving.
It's our first Thanksgiving together, you guys.
My gosh.
Our first Thanksgiving with all of you, Geoff.
Oh, we're so thankful and grateful for you.
Oh, my God.
Happy holidays.
You know, this is a great opportunity to tell your family something shocking that you've learned on Obituary when you're going around the table tonight. When they say, what are you grateful for? You say,
the Death with Dignity Act.
Or the euthanasia roller coaster.
The Mercitron.
Hey, baby, I'm talking about the Thanatron. Beam me up, baby. Give me that 10G.
Yeah, baby.
It's called centrifugal force. And this is 2 PhD students signing off. We'll see you guys next week with some more coffin spinners.
Obituaries.
And dumb
ass
turkey.
criminals.
Oh, I meant criminals.
You're a little
Come
turkey.
on.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.